Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 2. So Module 2 is our start into fiction. We're going to be reading the three genres this semester: fiction, poetry, and drama. And so we're really getting off with the fiction, starting off with the fiction because a lot of students are a little bit more familiar with it. It's a little bit easier for them to read. And so we're going to be taking a look at some kind of overview stuff, and then in the next few modules, you'll get into a lot more of the specifics about fiction, as well as doing things like in the exam and writing an essay and that kind of thing. So we're still in kind of introductory stuff. You'll be reading, so the textbook's divided into the three parts, and the first chapter is really just about understanding that type of writing. And so in the understanding fiction chapter, we'll go to it. Ebook does not want to work. Okay. In that understanding fiction chapter, you can see you're going to go over kind of the origins, a lot about the genre itself, where it came from, the little bit of history of it, and then also a lot of the terminology that we're going to be looking at throughout the chapters. So some good information in there, and then just like I don't have a video in here. Just like before, there are resources and that kind of thing that you can look at. So you're going to read that chapter, and then you're going to take the quiz. It's going to try to open up the book again. That's the only issue with putting these chapters linked in here, is you have to open it up if you're scrolling forward through the module. So the quiz just goes over the first module and second module readings. So if you did not complete the readings from module 1, then you'll need to make sure that you do that. And then module 2 is that introduction to fiction information. And so that will just go over all of that. And this is our first quiz from the chapters. These quizzes are ones that you can take as many times as you want to, and it pulls from a pool, so you'll get different questions each time. I highly recommend, like, if you don't get a perfect score the first time, go ahead and take it again, because it's just going to record the highest score, so it doesn't really matter if you do worse the next time, but then you're exposed to all of those questions. And the exams pull from the same pools that the quizzes do. So you will be more likely to be successful in the exams because you'll see a lot of those questions already if you take it more than once. So that's kind of a strategy that you can use. And then the other thing that you're doing in this module is our first writing assignment. So most of the modules you'll see have like some kind of test or quiz assignment, and then some kind of writing assignment. So this one is a writing assignment that is just intended to intended to get you writing about short stories. So we're looking at chapter 7 out of the book, which is a chapter on short stories. And now when you look through the chapter, you'll find out that short stories are a little bit different. The fiction is a little bit different from a short story. A short is short. Sometimes called microfiction or flash fiction. And so you may have been exposed to some of these types of stories as well. Most of the time they're just kind of lumped all together. So they're nice though because they're really contained. And so it's almost like reading a poem, because you get something real short and hopefully very effective within that short span, a couple of paragraphs or something. So you've got a couple of options for look through the selection, kind of read through it and decide which one's your favorite. There are quite a few stories, so I encourage you to review each one and kind of, this won't take you very long to read them. And then let me see if I can show you one. Book's running slowly. So, I mean, this is it. So this is the story. And so it's kind of nice that they're so short. You can read through most of them if you want to. And then you have a couple of options. You can pick your two favorite and write a comparison between them. You might write a personal response, kind of expressing your reactions to one or more of the stories, which may end up being kind of similar. You can write a character analysis of one of the narrators, anything that's more of like a personal response observation type of thing. I'm not expecting you to do any research. I just want you to include the stories that you read, or include the stories that you chose to write about, and then respond to them. So it may be more than one, it may be just one, it may be more focused on the characters, or it may be more focused on the ending, it may be more focused on the plot. Maybe you're just comparing the two overall. Maybe you're talking about why they are your favorites. It really doesn't matter. I'm just looking for that reaction and response. And you can see that the outcome that we're trying to achieve here is to analyze the interactions of the reader and writer in the way that meaning is portrayed. So how did you discern what this was about? That's kind of where we're going with it. So it's a very personal response. And I'm not going to be grading this like an essay, but a lot of students will choose to format it like an essay rather than like bulleted list or something. You're going to put it together. You can put your header on there and all that. But I'm not grading it like an essay. It's basically, did you do it in the way that the criteria stated or not? And so, you may lose some points like, if I can't understand what you're saying because you didn't proofread it, but for the most part, you don't have to worry about those kind of basic essay conventions. If it's all one paragraph, that's fine. So if you have any questions about this assignment or whether or not you're doing it correctly, you're more than welcome to send me an email. Otherwise, I hope you have a great week.